Welcome to another video, guys. Today we're gonna be talking about something very important, which is why you should start saving your shards, resources, soulstones, and everything you can think of for what's about to come. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday for free account takeovers, where I do my best to help you enjoy raid even more live on stream. And if you want to support the channel for free and start raid the right way, you can bang out yourself a second account with 4 amazing champions right as soon as you start, and you're also gonna have 48 hours to use the promo code section for an extra amazing legendary champion. But now, let's get into the video. So what I'm talking about here is you need to really start saving your resources for all of the future events we will be seeing in December, because they usually always are very worth it and very stacked heavily together. Before we get into those, I'd just like to remind you, we will be having a champion chase really soon, and it's starting in a couple of days, Friday, November 28th. And why is this important? Well, for several reasons. If you guys do collect your rewards each day for Xenomorph, you will actually be able to bang out 500 easy points that way on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, so that is gonna make that champion chase a lot easier for you. But not only that, if you actually decide to buy yourself the Predator Elite Pass, that is also potentially gonna help you with that, as long as you manage to get it on time, which is gonna happen if you actually buy yourself the extra levels, but which honestly doesn't really make too much sense, but getting the champion definitely does, and I might as well just go ahead and do that right now. Christmas is coming after all, and why wouldn't we treat ourselves to a little bit of extra goodies? There we go, one more amazing champion is gonna be under the bag really soon, not to mention all of the other amazing mythical items and whatnot we are gonna be getting. Good stuff. So yeah, do what you can to complete your daily challenges each day, but I'm pretty sure this is not gonna actually be able to be collected before that champion chase does end, but it will if you actually spend a little bit of extra to get yourself, maybe even just 10 levels would be enough, but for $20 definitely you will be getting it on time, that's for sure. Anyway, enough about that. Now let's concentrate on why we need to start saving. Historically speaking, we have seen quite a few good fusions during Christmas, like for instance we had Tormen in 2019, after that we had Pixniel, which is not that amazing nowadays, not gonna lie. Tatura is actually pretty usable, especially if you're trying to do something with High Elves and Fina and whatnot, she can be very helpful. Blizzard the Howler, not the most amazing champion in the world, but God knows he is helping me do some solo action here and there, and he's not that bad in Fashion Wars hard either. Lady Noelle was the last year's fusion, and she was really good, and still is to this day quite usable. So yeah, you should be expecting a pretty good fusion coming our way really soon, and let's face it, we have had quite the stacked few months already, so it's very hard to actually keep up with everything. Right now I am going for Cross, the wall breaker, even though a lot of people say he's not gonna be too great. For my account, I do believe it's still gonna be worth it. Yes, for Faction Wars hard, for Centranos, that kind of stuff, it's not gonna be a game-changing champion or anything like that for me, but it is no problem for me to get this guy with just a few shards here and there, so I will do so anyway. But if the situation is not the same for you, it might actually be a better idea for you to actually save your shards and resources all together and just use this guy for a little bit of extra fragments for the support champion mod. God knows I'm very far from getting her, because I literally always go for fusions and whatnot, so it's very hard to actually keep up. But you can get yourself a bunch of extra goodies out of this thing, like you could get yourself Lego books, feasts, big chickens, big barrels, that kind of stuff, so it's definitely not a bad idea to go for everything else except for blasting through your shards and still get yourself a good amount of fragments for mod and get yourself a bunch of books and whatnot. So definitely do not sleep on the easy events. Still try to go as hard as you can on those if it's not costing you gems, shards, and that kind of stuff. The other really important thing you need to think about would be the guaranteed champions we might be getting during December, and that usually is happening each December. Last year, Bells the Reckoner was a champion you could have gotten guaranteed out of a deck of Fate, and that did combo off amazingly well with a 2x Primals event, and everybody went crazy for it because it was actually a proper 2x Primals. It gave you double chances for Mythicals, double chance for Legos, and for Epics, so that is cream of the crop when it comes down to Primal shards. And I did warn you, we should be expecting a very good Primal shard event, maybe even this Friday, but more realistically might be actually on Sunday or Monday, like they did last year, when they announced 2x Sacreds, 2x Voids, 2x Ancients, and said nothing about Primals, and after 3 days they actually did bang out a 2x Primals as well, and that definitely felt pretty bad. This Champion Chase tournament definitely looks like it's gonna be the Black Friday week for Plarium for sure. It's almost guaranteed if we gotta be honest. This is unusually longer than it's supposed to. These usually last about 3 or 4 days max, but this one indeed does last 5. So they might actually try to pull their trick like last year and give you 2x Ancients, Voids, and Sacreds all the way up to Sunday, and on Monday announce a 2x Primals, which is only gonna be 2x on Mythicals, not on Legendaries or Epics. But if it's Mythicals what you care about, it's still gonna be an amazing time to pull. But again, keep in mind they might combo it off with a guaranteed champion Deck of Fate like they did last year, and not to mention it could also be a proper Primal for double Legos and Epics as well, so that would indeed be a very good time to pull. I did say I will be pulling if we see 2x on Mythicals this weekend, but I'm trying to actually second guess myself. God knows it's gonna be awesome if I get myself an extra Mythical, and I will be able to get to use it for about a month instead of waiting for the extra chance on Legos and Epics later, but I don't know. I'm still kind of torn. Do let me know in the comments if you guys will go for 2x Mythical if it comes down in a few days, or will you still hold off for the potentially guaranteed Legendary Champion from a Deck of Fate during Christmas with a proper 2x on Legendaries and Epics as well. And also, if you do decide to be pulling your Mythicals, would be awesome if you actually DM me on Discord, and maybe we can make a video out of it and I can pull those for you. During the years, we've also had Nishak being a guaranteed champion during the December month around Christmas, and this guy, I think he required like 180 Ancient Shards, was it? Let's actually read, no need to pretend we remember things. Nishak, 180 Ancient Shards, December 25th. And we can scroll down further and see what the other December events were. Here we can see from 20 Sacred Shards you got to get Elva, which I'm still missing by the way. I do have myself an Ileal, but it wasn't from 110 Voids, I can tell you that much. I don't think I've ever had that many Voids. I've had 100, but 110, a little bit too much even for me, huh? And going down even further, we also got Rector Draft on December 31st with 4 Sacred Shards, Inquisitor Shamael with 25 Voids, and also Gamuran with 150 Ancient Shards. Keep in mind, Raid are kinda leaning away from this type of event by the way. They haven't given a guaranteed Legendary Champion through a bunch of shards for quite a while now. The last one was October 2024 with 100 Void Shards for Little Miss Annie. So maybe they stopped doing that because people were getting a little bit too much for not so much resources. But still, who knows, they might still do something like that somewhat soon, so there's that too. Also right now there is this 2x on Eternal Soulstones. I think you should completely skip this one unless they combo it off with something amazing. I myself will be skipping. Technically I could get myself 3, maybe even 4 big Soulstones, but who cares guys, these 2x events happen quite often, so it's not even a big deal. Having a 50-50 for a 6-star definitely ain't the worst, not gonna lie, but what are the odds of this actually giving you the champion you actually want? Slim to some, I guess. We all know the wish list is kind of a joke, and we all know that these Soulstones are very hard to get. Like in the shop these things cost like 30 bucks at least, which is honestly insane. What are you doing to us, Raid? And also we all know how hard these are to actually get. Usually they're only a last reward when you max out on something like Champion Chase or something like that, so definitely not easy to come by. So if I were you, I would definitely be saving these big boys for when there's actually something a lot more guaranteed than just a 2x on the chances of what you can get out of them. I just noticed my fat head was in the way of the 50-50, but yeah, it's a 50 chance to get a 6-star instead of the usual 25, I do believe. I almost forgot to also mention the Yuletide Titan events we have been seeing around this time of year, but yeah, last year we got ourselves Sir Nick, which was a great combo with Lady Noelle, so definitely not a bad thing to pick up for free just by doing a few events here and there. And also the year before that we had another amazing Yuletide Titan event for Tormund, which to this day, pretty annoying champion, not gonna lie, especially for more early game players. You're gonna know this guy is an absolute beast when you face him. Very annoying that he keeps on freezing you and whatnot, but yeah, this thing used to be free. He was also a fusion back in the day as well, like 2019, so he definitely has aged quite well in raid standards, that's for sure. But yeah, be prepared for a potential Titan event that's probably gonna be starting really soon as well, maybe even next week. They usually do start around December 1st, so this probably is not gonna be any different. This one did start December 6th, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's something around that line, because right now I do believe we have a little bit too much action going on anyway. So yeah guys, do let me know in the comments if you will be pulling your Primal shards for a potential 2x mythical this weekend, and if so, I would be very honored if you actually give me the pleasure to pull them live on video for you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be awesome. We are closing in on 10,000 subscribers, by the way, for anybody keeping track, which is kinda insane, so I'd really appreciate the support. And don't forget you can also support the channel for free by downloading Raid through my premium download link and starting with 4 amazing champions right out the get-go, as well as an extra champion from the promo codes. Thanks for watching, I'm Crystal5, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.